sitting here waiting on Brad and Lake to get here. We all just got here. It's this weather, holy smoke. Brad and I saw this weather and saw this wind change, and we finally got I think yesterday and Saturday we had a little bit over 1.5 inches rain here, so.
Hey, Troy, who is?
Hey, man, Brad, look at Brad. Golly, you brought this Brad first. I got to get me a deer hunting tip from that guy.
I know this buggy, and we can take part in this great afternoon. Look at this weather, it's perfect, ain't it?
I was just telling Jordan, I said, you remember last year on this same day was when that front came through us when I shot that old deer and Jimmy killed that big 10?
Yep.
It was today.
Today, no joke.
Mm-hmm. So we're
But the difference is today, muzzleloader season started Saturday, and you're hunting in Arkansas.
Got to wear a little orange today in Arkansas, so.
I'm gonna hunt Louisiana, so I don't have to.
But I had the same vest on and this same hat when I killed Mufasa, so I'm just saying.
Hey, that's some good luck, buddy.
Early season bow hunting at Cottonmouth. Brad and Troy have high hopes for the next several days here on the Mississippi River.
Hello, I'm Will with Primos. All these hunts are exactly as they happen. There's no fancy edits, there's no stage scenes. The calling you're going to hear is excited calling, but all these hunts are as they actually happen, and that's why we call it the truth about hunting.
When the truth began in 1987, we had no idea where this journey would take us. 30 years later, we're still having fun. Welcome to Primos' Truth About Hunting.
Primos' Truth About Hunting is brought to you by Bushnell, Savage, Federal, Matthews Archery, Camelback, Mossy Oak, Squincher, Polaris, and Primos Hunting. Speak the language.
One thing I do like about this electric vehicle is I'm getting a little bit older, and in my wiser years I get a little bit smarter, I think I do. But because this is electric, I can pull up a little bit closer to my stand. Ooh, what a water moccasin. Everybody has asked us about the place we hunt called Cottonmouth, and they say, well, I know it's on the river and all that stuff, but the question I have is, why do y'all call it Cottonmouth? And down in South Louisiana, where I come from, right now he'd be hog bait.
Meanwhile, on the other side of Cottonmouth, Brad is incorporating a little redneck ingenuity.
This is redneck engineering at its finest. Shh, don't be that. If you've never carried electrical tape in your backpack or your vest, you'd be surprised if you did. How many times you'd find yourself using it. Don't be laughing. That's a true limb saw there, ain't it? That's a limb saw. I can't believe it actually worked. What you laughing at, brother? It's funny. It's funny. Why are you making fun of my limb, so? Can't say nothing about it. It was effective. Look at that shooting lane. It worked, didn't it? Oh yeah, right there, perfect.
I'm good, buddy. All we need now is some whitetails. Whitetails.
As the sun begins to set on the Mississippi River bottoms, the wildlife begin to move. Brad and Lake see several does and young deer feeding on the fall mix, but nothing with antlers for them this evening.
Hopefully, Troy Jordan had a lot better luck than Lake and I had this evening. We had fun. It's a great, beautiful evening.
Troy and Jordan have their first encounter of the day with this young buck and a few does.
He ain't gonna be the only one. One coming from the road over here to the left. Two of them actually. Totally hearing.
Coming out on this pecan tree over there.
Oh yeah. Let that one without a brow down. Yeah. The 9. Good. Yeah. Turn a little bit more. There we go. I think we got our first cottonmouth buck of the year for me and you, buddy.
This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Hide Spot Quivers, Black Gold, and Ripcord. We're back at Cottonmouth for some early season action. Brad and Troy are hitting the woods when Troy has an unexpected visitor.
Ooh, Roxy. Everybody has asked us, why do y'all call it cottonmouth? A 100% true cottonmouth.
Meanwhile, Lumberjack Ferris is busy chopping some wood.
That's a true limb saw there, ain't it? That's a limb saw. What you laughing at, brother? It's funny. It's funny. Why are you making fun of my limb saw? Can't say nothing about it. It was effective. It worked, didn't it? Look at that shooting lane. Oh, yeah.
Brad and Lake struck out this afternoon, but Troy and Jordan are having deer come in from all directions. And right before dark, an old cottonmouth bruiser feeds into range for Troy.
I think we got our first cottonmouth buck of the year for me and you, buddy. Look how much we hidden up there. Them deer never knew we was in the world. Let's go see where he was standing. Last time I ranged him, he was 22 yards. I have killed some elk, a lot of deer, and that broadhead right there never ceases to amaze me. That hypodermic, it is deadly. That fella right there, look at that. He ain't the wildest deer in the woods, and no brow tines. Some of the genetics that we're really working on here to try to get out of the herd here at Cottonmouth is these old, short tine, long main beam buck, but got the mass of a, that joker's got mass like Mufasa had. And to be as big as he is, 4.5, 5.5, who knows truly how old he is. I know exactly how old he is, as old as he's gonna get. But a good old, mature cottonmouth buck. What a way to start the season for old T-Roy. I'm backing in, son, I'm backing in.
Look at you go. You smoking too, bro.
What about that old goat?
Look at that. He come into the plot?
He did. The first, we didn't see anything all afternoon, man. I told Jordan, I was like, golly, man, where's all the deer?
Same with us.
And I got to thinking when we was walking in, there's just pecans everywhere. And I said, that
That's
makes
what
sense.
me and Lake talking about, because all that storms
Yeah,
and wind. We saw
actually-
deer feeding in the woods that never came out in the food plot.
Really? Well, can you blame them?
No.
Good fresh pecans.
They've been waiting.
But we had a heck of a hunt before we even got in the tree.
I saw that picture that
I
Jordan
didn't even see that big water moccasin.
Oh, was it a moccasin?
He was laying in the food plot.
Yeah.
He was laying in the food plot.
I said,
and
no way, that's a
I was just
cottonmouth.
walking down the road and Jordan said, T, look right there to your right. And I was like, oh,
Hey, that's why we call it cottonmouth.
that's exactly what I said. People always say, why y'all call that place Cottonmouth? I said, there it is right
Dang,
there.
T-Roy. Congratulations,
Thank you,
my
buddy.
man.
It was
I'm
sure
proud
fun
for you. It was.
to let the air out of one and to let the air out of one that you know
He looks old, too.
he is old. I'm going to say 5.5.
I mean, looking at his body, that's a good one.
Well, it is official.
Broke rib.
Jimmy has a broken wrist, all the way from elk season. So you know what that means.
Means you can't take these two broadheads of these Luminox I took out of his quiver.
And it means he can't draw this bow back. Which means I may use it this afternoon. I don't think he'll get mad.
No.
And if he does, what's he gonna do? He's got a broken wrist, he can't hit me.
What's the old saying? Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Sure, he would do the same thing. That's the good thing about a crossbow. Once you got it sighted in and it's rigged up and ready to go, anybody can shoot it. Jimmy, you're right here, brother. You're right here, in my heart. It's about 30.
I think you're good to go.
I think I can get used to that. Well, I got a little bit of change of plans for this afternoon.
What you got, friend?
What I'm gonna do is go in there in that double blind and just do a reconnaissance, and we're actually taking her with us.
Get out.
Yeah, we're gonna let her get in there with us.
That'll be cool. She'll
That way-
sit there and be some.
Yeah, she will. We brought a rug. We'll let her lay down on the rug, and if we kill a deer, she can track her first deer.
We'll see you back here at dark.
Man, y'all be careful.
That right there is pretty much a dominant west wind with a little north in it. Blowing about 15 steady. All back behind us, all on this side of this little ridge. Just thick privet, cockleburs, just great bedding area. And we just got this little small bow hunting plot. Can't shoot all the way across it, but I can cover half of it. And I got fresh scrapes under all these trees already. Just a ton of sign, and we got a basket out there. They're wearing this fall brand here out big time.
Myself, Jordan behind the camera, and our mascot here, Delta. We're sitting here on about a 5.5 to 7 acres. Last week, Jordan and I came driving by here, and this plot was probably 4 inches higher than it is today. If you look at the utilization cage out there, the brassicas and all the stuff that they planted out here in that fall mix that we have is probably that high, and outside of it's probably that high. They've eaten this thing down, but we're not dummies. We're reconning with Uncle Jimmy's crossbow with his old sub 1. He's not here today, and if one gets between here and about a quarter away across that plot, and he's big enough or she's old enough, we're gonna let this mission eat.
While Troy's field is filling up with deer, Brad hasn't seen a single deer until the last minute.
She down right there. She crashed.
One behind him's 3, so you're looking at a 2, 3, 4. You're looking at a 1, 2, 3, and 4-year-old right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Them jokers are going back in the woods, get them some pecan or something. They're both 9 points, they're just different sides. But they look exactly alike. Old Brad and them's having some success. Or at least seeing deer they ought to be. I mean, we saw about 22 deer. Big buck right here. Oh yeah. Big 8-point. Old deer. Look at the belly on that sucker. Let him walk out a little bit, okay? He may come this way. Ready? Yeah. You done, baby? I think I just christened Jimmy's Crossbow. He was 51 yards. And I put that 50 pin or crosshair on this crossbow right on his heart, and he ducked right into it.
That's cool, T. Let's go look at him.
Golly, and we saw, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 other rack bucks. And who knows what else is coming in here, but we just had a feeling that this food plot was looking at it, it was getting eaten down. We needed to come see what it was. And he come barreling out of there just like old, mature bucks do, right at last light.
Closed captioning for The Truth provided by Gold Tip Arrows. This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Ozonics and Ceasefire. Troy and Jordan are hunting a big food plot this evening with Jimmy's Crossbow, and they have little Miss Delta in the blind with them. When a big mature buck steps out at dark, Delta gets her first chance to track up a deer.
Just a big old 8-point. I mean, he's just massive. He ain't very big, but who cares? He's a trophy to me. I killed one with Jimmy's crossbow. He's a trophy to me. I killed one with Jimmy's crossbow.
That tickles me more than anything.
Oh man, poor Jimbo.
Hey.
Hey Jimbo, what are you doing, man?
Oh, just got home.
So they said your wrist was broken, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it is official. Jimmy has a broken wrist, which means you can't draw this bow back. I may use it this afternoon. I don't think he'll get mad.
No.
And if he does, what's he gonna do? He's got a broken wrist, he can't hit me. Delta, you ready to go find that buck? You ready to go find that buck? Well, let's go get him. Come on. We'll leave all this here and we'll go find that buck. What is that? What is that? Oh, she knows what she's doing. She's on him. What you found, girl? What you got? There he is. She found her first deer. It's been a day of first. She found her first buck, and I shot my first buck with Jimmy's sub 1. Jimmy, we love you. We really do. Look at that. Just a big, heavy, look at that. I can't hardly get around. Big, heavy, old cottonmouth Mississippi 8-point. Look at that rage did right there. I was aiming right there, and he ducked just a little bit, I'd imagine. I'm talking about pushed it right through the shoulder. And Delta's laying in the blind, smooth asleep. Never knew what was going on. The only bad thing is now, I owe Jimmy a crossbow boat, but I would gladly buy crossbow boats for Jimmy every day if I can kill bucks like this here on Cottonmouth. Whew!
This evening, Brad and Lake are on the Louisiana side of the Mississippi River,
She comes out behind that limb right there.
doing a little D-mapping. with our Deer Management Assistance Program.
15 yards.
DMAP allows us doe tags and management buck tags to help keep the deer in check here at Cottonmouth.
She down right there. She's crazy. This is a perfect weather food plot day in the South.
Can't find one better than that.
I mean, that is crazy. That's what a rage would do to a deer right there. Quick and fast. Well, hopefully Troy and old Jordan had some fun this afternoon, and Lake and I will head back to the skin shed. It's always a fun place to end the day.
And guess who found it?
Did she find it?
She walked right up to him.
That is awesome, Troy.
She's like, I found my first deer, Daddy. I found my first deer,
Was that
Daddy.
good? Was that good?
She had so much fun.
Was that good, Delta? Good job. Is that you?
Yeah.
Dang, you on the road, boy.
I looked, it's a 7-mile ride from where we killed this deer to here. And I've been excited the whole time, but I'm thinking now, how am I gonna break this to Jimmy that I shot a buck with his crossbow?
Easy call.
On top of that, shot the one I made him pass up last week, yesterday.
Oh,
you know I'm gonna be banned from Cottonmouth now.
He's a tank, man.
Is he?
Man, I'm fired up, Troy. That's
Fired up. I'm fired up for me and Jordan. I mean, I can't get through. I'm fired up. Let me do like Delta does. Hold on. Hold on.
We're going to have to put you on some Weight Watchers or something.
I got too many clothes on. I got flashlights and all this stuff in here. But
Good deal. Let's get him out of here.